Hi guys, so in today's video I'm going to try out the Die Impress Celebrate gift bag set. They did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And generally I let you guys know that any links I have in the description box are affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. For today, that's like for any of the other items I might be using, you know, my different tools that I use to get projects done. This item here is on mydieimpress.com, and it is, you know, on their site, so it's going to be part of the Teal Tuesday sale. So at midnight, going into Tuesday, into February 15th at midnight, you will be able to get 50% off your purchase if you use the code Tuesday 50. Now, you do not want to use my code. I didn't even mention my code the other day because I don't want people to get confused. You definitely need to use Tuesday 50 to get 50% off of an order of $30 or more. I'll link that original video in the description box in case you haven't seen it, but I went over all the different, you know, gifts and things that you might be able to pick up if you place an order of 65 or more after discounts and so on. So, check out that video. I'll have it linked in the description box. And so this is one of the items that's available there. It originally was part of an auto ship. Yeah, so let's get to it. So I'm going to check this out. I think today I'm also going to play with the nesting balloon ties, because this one will probably make a quick project. Again, we have our bag, super easy. If you've seen any other bag construction, it's very similar. So you're going to cut two of the front, and this one has that cute little circular topper there at the top, and then we have the two sides that we'll need from these pieces here, these gussets, and then we will just lay them across, you know, glue those together, and then you can just glue the bottom. Super easy. And then of course you're going to decorate however your little heart desires, so we will go through that in just a second. And then we have our dies. So as I mentioned before, that this was part of an earlier auto ship, so now it's available on mydieimpress.com. This die right here is from like it says, some stamps work with previous auto ship kit dies. So that one right there is in the very original one, which was the holiday gift bag. So if you have it, you have that die. But otherwise, all these other ones are here. So let's check them out. So I already showed how these fit in one of the storage pockets. This is not part of the kit. They do have the storage pockets that are available separately, a pack of 25 with the labels and the dividers, but I had put mine in there yesterday just to show you guys how that worked. But this is the stamp set. So this is a stamp set, the die set. It comes with the elongated cutting folder, and then of course the instructions. So this one we have the cute little like party hats, or you can use it as a pennant too if you would like. So if you paired that up with this little guy on top, you can cut it with that earlier die if you have that set. We have hip hip, we have happy birthday, celebrate, thank you, when you're older, the little faces that will go into this little guy who makes like the little happy faces that we saw there. More little faces, more little toppers for your hats, a balloon. Oh, the strings! How cute! For the balloons if you want to stamp the balloon. And they're put in a way that when you stamp them, it has plenty of room for all that. A little like, I would say this is a little party hat. Maybe it's like a little noisemaker. I don't know, because look at the little things there. Very cute. Happy wishes. Again, that's what I was thinking. That's a hat there. Let's party. Hooray. The little bow. A little gift. Little part of the bow that would fit in here, even though it looks like an X here. It's like that. Basically, you place it in there. Let's party, or partay, and celebrate. And then we have the die that cuts out celebrate and some of the words that are there. Birthday, and those are all separate letters. A little tag that's really sweet. Another tag with a little rounded top. The hooray. And like I said, these cut out some of the words there. And then we have another nice tag that we can just stamp things on. So what I'm going to do is grab some paper. We'll make our card base and decorate it. So the happy faces just have me thinking really bright and fun and cheery, so I'm going to cut my bases from this neon green, maybe neon yellow, it depends on how you see it, paper. So I'm going to cut this larger guy. We need two of each, so I'm going to cut this guy, two of those, and two of these, and then we're going to go from there. I grabbed this pink because I think I'm going to do like a little topper, and then we'll do the celebrate. I think that'll be fun to stamp. And we'll go from there. So I'm going to cut out these guys, and I'll be back. I'm cutting these out. I probably could have gotten them all on one sheet, because I know those are the kind of questions people ask, and I wasn't planning on doing that, so I didn't do that, but I think they could all be cut from one 8.5 by 11 But I just want to show you when people ask how I cut these out. It's just, you know, you put them in the folder. Now, if you have any other machine that cuts thin metal dies, that'll work in those too. But for the marquee, you pop them in here. Sometimes I'll flip the folder the other way. Like, let's say I just cut this way. So the next time I cut it, I'm going to cut it, you know, just flip it over. And when they warp or curl a little bit, it's fine. It'll keep cutting. It's not a big deal. It's just doesn't look as flat as before, right? But yeah, and then just run them through. Thought I'd check in with you guys and talk about that a little bit, because I know those are the kind of questions people ask. And this is a well-loved cutting folder I've used before. I didn't use the brand new one that came in the kit, because again, they're good for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cuts. So before I glue things together, I know that's the next part. I do like to do my scoring, so wherever I see my score lines, I'll go ahead and score them. And if you're familiar with making bags, you know most of the time things fold towards the inside. And sometimes gussets, you know, fold other ways, but this has a score line. Maybe you can see right there and right here. So with those guys, I'm just going to follow them along this way and this way, just to start it off. That one's just a little something. I'm not really trying to actually score it. It's not the biggest deal, because it's just going to glue in. But really, the one that you really want is the tab. Okay, so I'm going to fold these guys too. And then down here at the bottom, they also have that tab, right? And then on this other one, we have this tab here. I'm using kind of lightweight paper. Normally for a construction of a bag, I would like to use some heavier weight paper, but I was going for the color right now, so I wanted that neon. That's the weight paper I have for neon. Okay, I'm gonna score this one up, and I'll be right back. So, step one was to cut our pieces, and like I said, I like to just score my pieces first, but we're gonna have this here. And step two is talking about the assembly, which is just to glue those glue tabs to each other. I'm gonna use a liner tape today, just so that it adheres quicker, but you guys know I like to use wet glue. Is my preference when it comes to projects like these. So on each one of these, I'm just gonna add some liner tape along the very edge there, and I will be right back. So along the edge here and along the edge here, and I'll be right back. And with these liner tapes, I just try to run my finger over them like that to really stick that down, and then just remove the backing. So what we're gonna do is take one of these guys and line them up. I'm looking at the very bottom score line, basically is where I'm lining that up, down here. And put that down. And especially because I'm using this kind of tape, sometimes I like to burnish, just kind of really push in there. And that's one. And I'm just showing you how they're doing it here. But you can just go along, you know, right for the next one. And then this guy. And then just glue that down. Again, burnishing. So for video purposes, the liner tape is really great because it just, you know, move on pretty quick. And then we have these two pieces. All you're going to do is put these guys together. And again, I'm looking at the very bottom score line, bringing it over right to the edge there. And then for this last guy, and that's what they're showing you, you just have to get this guy obviously to the other side. You can just bring it over, and a lot of times you can just leave it flat like this. If you want to fold this in, then you'll just flatten that out, and those guys should meet. So all I do is fold that tab in, and I already had the glue on it. And there we go. Really nice size bag. And then we're just gonna flip this guys in. So these guys can flip in, and then those guys there, or this way, you know, however it is that you want to stick those two together. I would keep the little flaps in though, so that way that's in. I'm going to use a wet glue for this bottom part, and then I'll give it a quick measurement for you guys. So I do like to put glue on the little flaps just to make them more sturdy. So whichever one goes in, and then this guy I'll put glue all on the edge. Actually, I don't need to put that bottom edge because it doesn't match up there. It doesn't meet up actually. Alright, so I'm just going to hold on to this. A lot of times when I'm holding this, what I'll do is I'll put like something in here to help me flatten that down, especially because I put glue. Okay, and I'll be back with a measurement. Okay guys, look at that. It's super bright and cute. It feels so sturdy. Okay, So as far as the width here, it's about just over 3 inches wide. At the very top, obviously, unless you put like little tissue paper and just leave it open, I'll just measure it from here because that's where you're actually putting things in, is almost 4 1/4. And, well, let's measure from down here. 1 3/4 inches wide. I think those are all the measurements. Right, yeah. So there it is, super cute. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that pink and, I don't know, it just reminds me of very 90s. So I'm gonna cut a pink mat down to 3, so it's like 3 1/8, so I'll do 3 inches by 4 1/8. So 3 inches by 4 1/8, I'm gonna cut this down and I'll be right back. So this is just gonna be a little topper that I just wanna put on there. You don't have to do anything like this. Now I look at my word, I was going to stamp celebrate, and I am going to stamp celebrate, but I was going to do like a rainbow look, but then I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it just stark black and white, and it really reminds me of the 90s. You guys remember that bum equipment clothes we used to wear back in the day? A big, huge white shirt that was kind of like a little bit midriff, and then it had just big block letters on it, and sometimes there were bright green or bright pink or whatever with the big bum lettering. So I am going to do something like that. So that's going to be my base bag. I have some VersaFine ink because it's very sticky, and what I'm going to do is stamp this whole thing, this Celebrate, just with black ink. So on here, I'm just going to put this here. Giving myself some room for the die. I think the die is going to be right on, so I'm just going to do that. And I need to make sure I have my embossing powder. Yep, right here. It's always handy. A little scrap paper. Okay. So let's ink this up. Sorry, that was a little bit loud. Oopsie. And we're just going to stamp that. It's a nice big stamp. I can see I missed a couple areas, but I'm just going to ink it anyway. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so I missed this little spot right here and down here. That's pretty great. I think we're good. I should do it one more time, press it one more time. There we go. All right. And then I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to take everything off of here. Put that down there. A little scrap paper. This, and then I'm just going to heat set it. So I'm just going to take my heat tool, and again with the heat tool, as you do this, you just go over each area, and once it turns shiny, just move on to the next spot. Okay, and I'll be right back. So I'm going to take the word celebrate or the die. You can put it right on there. Kind of, there's a lot of openings and things where you can really see what you're doing. Otherwise, if you want to take a scrap piece of paper, and I show you guys how to do this quite often to make an aperture, all I'm going to do is take that and just run it through a little scrap of paper like this. And we can take, again, a well-loved folder, and I'm just going to run this through right quick. And this is just making yourself an aperture, a little window. And honestly, if I wanted to, I could then use this as a drop shadow because we have that cut. And you can pretty much make out the word celebrate on that already. But I'm going to take this guy. And actually, let me trim this down just a second because it might be a little wide. Alright. And then we have that there. And so pretty. And that's what I was hoping, that I had a little white on there, so it really reminds me of that clothes we used to wear back in the day. And then I'm just going to hold that down. And what I did was just use that window to see exactly where it's going to cut, and then run that through again. And you'll get a good cut there. Pretty much right where you put it. As long as you tape it down so it doesn't move. I'm trying to get to my piece here. There we go. Look at that. Oh my gosh. So I have my lettering we're going to put on here. Super cute. And one last super 90s thing. I'm going to add a little happy face, and I think I can put it on this scrap of paper we have left here. I'm going to take off my Celebrate. Since this is a very full circle stamp, I'm going to definitely use a stamp positioner because I might have to re-ink it and do it a couple times. Again, getting all the bubbles out of that. I'm going to use the yellow that comes in the pastel set. Oh, so cute. I want it a little brighter, so I'm going to go for one more inking of that. Right in the center. See, I'm not touching the paper. Cute. And then we want one of the smiley faces. And go with just our little basic smiley face. And I'm just going to stamp that one with the black ink from the Neutrals or Naturals set. Aww, so sweet. Okay, let me clean up. I'll be right back. So we have our little guys. I'm just going to glue this straight down. When I mentioned earlier, if you're making a guiding window and you want to keep that, you can do a little drop shadow with that. But again, I'm trying to keep it a little bit 90s looking, so I'm just going to use this just like that. Sometimes when you do a drop shadow or make your window, the paper from whatever you cut it out before will stay on your paper here. So just, if you want to remove those bits. Okay, so I'm just going to put glue all over the back of this, and of course, try it up on me here. And just glue it down to my bag, okay? So just putting glue all over the back, and then I'm going to adhere it here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so just smoothing that in the back there. So look at that, super 90s, oh my gosh. And then I'm taking the little rounded kind of tag die, and I'm going to just cut this little guy out, and he's just going to be on there, so just a cute little addition. So I'm just going to tape this down, run it through right quick, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, and then we're just going to make a quick card with the nesting balloons, but look how cute. We just added on. However you like to do that kind of thing. I'm just going to pop it through here, I think. And just tie one side to the other. One more on that one there. Where do I want this? Over here. That's good. Of course you can adjust this and put it wherever it is that you like. For now, I'll just put it like right there. How cute! Really fun. All right, let me clean up a little bit here and we will make a quick card. Guys, so for this card I have our nesting balloon set, and I think what I'm going to do is stamp one of these sentiments. I have this background from the Country Garden backgrounds, which are gorgeous. So I'm going to use this guy, and then I'll just make a quick background for our card with this purple paper. So I'm going to run that through. And I have a standard A2 size card base here. I actually have two of them for some reason. Let's put that one back. Again, 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. So you have your standard A2 size. And then we have these guys, and I think I'm going to stamp 1 year older. And on this one here. So depending on how big that is which balloon I'm going to use. I don't know if it's this one or maybe that one. Oh, that fits good. I think it'll be this one. So let me just stamp that right quick and I'll show you that means. And actually, let's put our stamp mat here so we get a good impression. And I'm just gonna ink that up with some VersaFine ink. Just pushing that there and making sure I'm making contact. 1 year older, looks really nice. Again, that's VersaFine, so it has to set up for a minute. It'll still be smudgeable right now. And then I have some pink and blue paper. I just went with like pastel colors. And what I'm going to do with this one is make the little faces, and then we're going to cut them out with the balloon dies too. So it'll be like a little balloon with a happy face or whatever face. So let's do the same happy face we just used. This little guy. And I'm just going to stamp it wherever. Oh, missed that last corner, so I'll do this one again. Make sure I push down everywhere. And then this one with the smiley face and winking face, should I say. And put that one there. Cute. And then the stamp set also has little cheeks, so we definitely want to use those. And let me grab like a pink, so I'm just going to grab a pinkish red. Maybe we'll go with the red, just so we make sure that it shows up, because if I go with the light pink, I just want to stamp it once and not bring out my stamp positioner again. So let's see. They're going to be like right in here. Oh my gosh. So cute. Okay, so let's go for it. Right here. And just like, I'm putting them right under his eyes, like in his little, between his eyes and his little mouth. So cute. And this one too, just kind of down here. Aw, okay, let me clean up and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have this guy that's gonna cut this out, and then we have these two smaller ones. I want them super smaller or just a little bit smaller. Let me see if I want to use this size. And just a little bit smaller than this. Yeah, so I'm going to run these guys through just like that. I mean, it can be however, because it's just a balloon. So, I mean, if it, you know, depending on, maybe you want it to be like this or however. So I'm just going to tape that down, run them through, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I'm just going to stick down my card front here. Then we'll just play with these. If you want to put twine on them, it look adorable. I'm just going to pop them on. Sorry about that. So I'm just going to pop this on here. Again, if you want to put little twine on the balloons, super cute. I'm just adding a little dot of glue here and there. And we'll pop that on there. Kind of looks like a little garden party with like this trellis in the background. So cute. Okay. I'll put this on here. And one thing before I add my little guys. Just one more little bit. I'm going to take a gel pen here and just put like a little shininess to it if you want. Just a little something like that. Here and there. Maybe on that one. Maybe over on this side. Just like a little line and a little dot. Not a lot going on there, just a little something. And let's see how we want to play with these. So cute. Our little characters. That's the kind of thing I'm thinking of. So I'll probably glue those guys down and then put that one up with some dimensional. It's just a quick, sweet card. Some die cutting, a little stamping. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy your Teal Tuesday. I will have the links for the specific items I used here, but again, remember to use Tuesday 50 to get your 50% off a cart of $30 or more. And then, you know, like I said, you have the free gifts. Actually, I was using the scissors from the free gift in this video with the pink handle. So pretty. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Thank you so much, Die Press, for sending these items for review. Oh my goodness. So cute. I might give that one a little zhuzh like I like to do. But there they are. All right, guys, I'll have some images coming up, and I will see you guys at the next one. Have fun. Bye now.